Sorry everyone, I didn't realize the mic wasn't on. OES is the loudest stadium that we go to, primarily because they have their speakers, instead of having the speakers like pointed to the field, they point them sideways to where people sit. So if you're sitting in the stadium, you basically get drowned out with a lot of noise. And because of my concussion, I really can't sit over there with that level of noise. So I am in kind of the middle, standing between the two speakers, and not as high up as I normally would be. Hopefully it's an okay angle to see what's going on. I have the shop, headphones to drown out the noise on again. Concussion symptoms have decreased, but still having some trouble with spending too much time looking at screens. So we'll see how it goes tonight. All right, looks like Wells will be going from right to left. On defense, we have Mimi, Kai, Kaya, Mia, and Ari is back there, but I suspect Ari is playing mid. Although she's going back, so maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Claire in goal. On offense, we have Micah, Ella, and Maya. Julie on the draw, Ellie to the left, Sophie to the right. Draw control by Ellie. Now behind the goal with Maya. Maya pops up, gets it over to Micah. Micah over to Sophie. Sophie near side to Maya. Now behind the goal, Julia. On the far side now to Mia, I think. So I guess Mia is actually the player who's playing mid. Julia shoots. Shot goes wide right. That'll be Wells' ball. Over to Ellie. Ellie to Maya. Maya up top to Sophie. Now back to Micah. Sort of like a faux pick there for a moment. Ellie with the ball. Ellie behind the goal to Julia. Julia spins back. We have a shooting space violation, it looks like. Can't tell. There might be, I guess it's restarting on the 12 meter. Thought if it would have been shooting space, it would have been on the 8 meter, so not shooting space. Micah now. Behind the goal to Ellie. Ellie to Mia. Mia behind the goal. Now Micah. Julia. Julia spins back. Spins to the right. Cut off. Good defense there by OES. Over the top to Sophie. Ball's knocked free. Still loose on the ground, picked up by OES.
Picked up by Johnson.
Shot. Saved by Claire.
Great stop by Thomas.
Not. Now over. Picked off by OES. OES to the middle. Shoots and scores. It's 1-0.
Score by Goody, assist by Olsen.
OES leads. Just under 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. Julia on the draw. Ellie to the left. Sophie to the right.
Draw control to OES.
There by AD, or no, Ari, sorry. Now behind the goal. Guarded by Kai on the far side. Mia. Ari at top. We got a pick coming. Good switch between Ellie and Ari. Now a good D by Kai. Picked up by Mimi. Now Ari. I think we're going to have a shooting space violation on Ellie. So, free shooting position for OES.
Wow.
Hit Claire in the helmet. Out of bounds over the goal. I think they think it's dominance for some reason in the goal, but it's actually Claire Moran. They keep announcing. Now Kai ahead, tries to get it, but the pass went too far. OES with the ball. Guarded by Ari on the far side. Shot and score. 2-0, OES leads. 6.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Julia on the draw. Ellie to the left. Sophie to the right.
Draw face off between Mackie and Blackmore Brown. Control to OES.
Draw control for OES. Picked up by Kai. Forced them to reset. Wow.
Ripper by Halpin. Her first of the game.
That shot was quite a long shot from outside. And Ruby, who I remember from last year being a really good player. I think actually they have 2 rubies. It's just doubles the number of rubies who score, or increases Ruby's score count. Julia on the draw. Sophie to the right, Ellie to the left.
Mackie versus Piper around. Draw control by
We have a timeout by Wells.
Goal by Cooney, her second of the game. Check that by Mackie. Her first of the game.
All right, 5.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. OES leads 4-0. Looks like no changes. Sophie on the draw. Ellie to the right. Julia to the left.
Draw control to OES.
There's a shot by OES, but saved by Claire. Oh, good shot by OES.
Scored by Johnson. Their second of the game.
Mia is out and Meadow is in. In on offense is Poppy. I think replacing Maya. So on offense we have Micah, Ella, and Poppy, and Julia. Julia's on the circle for the draw. Sophie on the draw. Ellie to the right.
Draw control by OES.
Good recover there by Mimi. Shot and score by OES.
Goal by Helpin, her second of the game.
Julia on the draw now. Sophie to the left.
Olsen versus
Ellie to the right.
on the draw. Draw control by OES. Score by Helpin, her third of the game. Sorry, Zoe Olsen, her first of the game.
Kai is out and Mia is in. Kai took a little tumble there in the previous position and was limping a little in between, so getting checked out by Jess on the bench. Julia on the draw. Ellie to the right. Or Ellie to the left, sorry. Sophie to the right.
Olsen versus Brightmore Brown on the draw. Draw control to OES.
Guarded by Ari on the far side. Ball back up top. Now on this near side, being guarded by Sophie. They got a cutter rolling in. Pass doesn't quite connect. Can Wells dig it out? Ellie had it. But OES gets it back. Another pass that doesn't connect. Kaya had it for a moment, but OES has it behind the goal.
Goal by Mackey. Assist by Johnson. Mackey is second of the game.
2 minutes, 43 seconds left in the first quarter.
Olsen versus Pridemore Brown on the draw.
Julia on the draw. Sophie to the left, Ellie to the right.
Picked up by Olsen.
Draw control by OES. Picked up by Kaya. Guarded by Ari on the far side. Mimi. Mimi again. A little switch there. Shot goes over,
Johnson's shot
but
a little high.
OES was closest to it, so they'll restart. Minute to go in the first quarter. Oh, loose ball there. Meadow almost had it, but wasn't able to pick it up off the turf. Now being guarded by Sophie. Cut to the middle. Grabbed by Ellie off the bad pass. Ellie, head to Sophie. Sophie's foul. We'll get to restart here. Now over to Ellie. Ellie to Julia. Julia tries to get a shot off, but that is the end of the first quarter with OES leading 8-0.
End of the first quarter, OES 8, IW Wells 0.
All right, start of the second quarter here. OES leads 8-0. Sorry for the less than ideal angles on tonight's game. OES has these speakers that they point right at the stands. So if you sit in the stands, it is way too loud, and I'm still recovering from the concussion. So I am in between the speakers, but not up as high as I would like. I've also got shop headphones on, so trying to protect my brain a little bit. On defense, we have Kaya, Kai, Mia, and Ari, and Mimi, Claire in goal. So that probably means Mia is actually playing mid. Micah, Ella, draw control by OES. Guarded by Kai here. Sophie. By Ellie on this side. Have a foul on Kai. A free shooting position for OES. A little surprised by the placement here. I would have thought it would have been to the right hash mark instead of right in front. Good job by Ellie to get in, but now they're saying Ellie got into the sphere, so the sphere around a player's head, which means that Ellie will now be behind, and another free shooting position. Sophie and Kai surround the player. Try to crash in there. Shot goes off the crossbar over the top. Controlled by OES. Loose ball. Guarded by Ari. Now Kai on D up top. Kai. Pick left. Picked up by Sophie. Good switch there between Sophie and Kai. Over the middle. Pass goes loose. Kai digs it out. Or started to dig it out, but lost the ball over to OES. Ball loose again. Mimi with it. Mimi back to Kaya. Kaya over to Maya. Or Mia, sorry, not Mia. Tries to get it over to Ari, but ball is loose now. Dug up by Sophie. Sophie is completely surrounded and fouled. Ellie with the ball. On the far side of the field. Gets past the restraining line. Set up on offense. Where we have Micah, Poppy, and Ella, along with Julia on offense. Sophie, Mia, and Ellie in mid. Down here now on offense. Julia with the ball on the far side, now behind the goal to Ella. Ella. Micah. Ellie. Sophie. Mia. Micah. Julia, near side. Julia, test the defense here. Now to Micah. Now to Ellie behind the goal. Ellie pops up real quick. There's going to be a foul there. So Ellie will have free shooting position.
8-meter 10 by Ricky.
Ellie has the ball knocked out from behind. Oops, sorry. So now behind the goal, Julia. Sophie with it. That'll be a foul. Shooting space violation on OES. Sophie will have free shooting position on the 8-meter, sort of on that far hash mark. Not the best angle, but better than having multiple people in the way. Sophie has to pull it back. OES got there real quick. I think we're going to have another shooting space violation. Julia, though, no, they're going to call a foul. So Julia will restart on the 12-meter, not on the 8. Sophie. Julia. A little pick by Sophie, and then a roll, but defended well by OES. Micah with the ball now, over to Julia. Julia will circle around behind the goal. Now over to Sophie, back to Julia. Behind the goal, surveys. Pops back in here, spins. That'll be a foul on OES. Julia should have pretty good free shooting position. 8-meter, but on the
8-meter 10 for Fragmore Brown.
Far hash mark. Julia pulls it back to Micah. Out of Mia. Over to Sophie, almost intercepted by OES. Julia takes another shot and scores.
Score by Fragmore Brown. Ivy Walls first the game.
8-1. OES leads. That would have been a shooting space violation if Julia hadn't been able to get a shot off, but she did. So the ref put the flag back in their pocket. Poppy's out of the game. Maya is in. Ellie on the draw. Sophie to the right.
Rector versus Olsen on the face-off. Excuse me, on the draw.
Julia to the left. Draw control by OES. Ellie on D. Now guarded by Kai. Top by Julia, or Ellie. Shot goes wide left. Should be Wells' ball, I believe. Mimi was there. Did a good job of getting her stick, extending it out of bounds and being the furthest out of bounds. That will be a foul on OES. So Mimi will be able to restart here. Mimi has the ball knocked free, but gets it again. Now knocked free again, and OES has it. Kai gets back. Harasses the ball. Interesting. All right. Free shot here on 8-meter on the far hash mark. And they score. She wound up like it was a baseball. So one of the things that I thought was interesting is that as the OES player started running in, she acted like she was winding up, which I think might help get more shooting space violations. because she was pretty far out when she started that. But, if she has an open lane other than somebody who's not guarding somebody who's standing in front of the goal and is in illegal defensive position, acting like you're going to take a shot is probably a good way to get that called, whereas maybe a ref would ignore it if it seemed like the player was too far out to take that shot.
Mackey versus Pridemore Brown on the draw.
Julia on the draw, Sophie to the left, Ellie to the right.
Picked up by Mackey, drop control goes to OES.
Good crash there by Wells. Cutting off that previous drive. Forcing OES to pull it back out and reset their offense. Loose ball there, picked up by Ellie. Ellie getting harassed on that far side. Now over to Mimi. Mimi ahead to Ari. Ari gets fouled. Have a yellow card on OES, so Wells will be at a player advantage for 2 minutes. 3:10 left in the half, so until 1:10. Ellie with the ball here. Julia with the ball.
Meter attempt by Pridemore Brown. Nice stop by O'Brien.
I think maybe Kai is on mid now. Not entirely certain. But they were down on that offensive possession. Good D there. Got a minute 45 left. They're going to try to hold the ball until they get their other player back. About 20 seconds left in this power play.
Score by Mackey.
OES scores.
For third of the game.
I was on the ground there, but appears to be okay. Minute 15 to go in the half. Only 5 seconds left of this power play, so Wells will have to be careful when it starts back up here. They don't get caught off guard by this player coming in.
Mackey versus Pricewell Brown on the draw.
10-1. OES leads. Julia on the draw, Sophie to the left. Ellie to the right. The whistle, and they're saying for some reason that I will maybe one day I'll understand why that wasn't a redraw and was instead given to OES. We're all even now.
By Mackey.
Foul there. And OES scores.
Score by Mackey. Fourth of the game.
It's 11-1. That means that we'll have a running clock as long as the margin is 10 or more. 35 seconds to go in the half. $15 seconds. Don't know if they'll even get the draw off. 10 seconds. I think the ref is taking his sweet time, and that is half. Yeah, the ref just held it until halftime. All right, OES is ahead 11-1. Mute until halftime's over. They're going to play some incredibly loud and ear-deafening noise here in a moment. All right, about to start the second half here. OES leads 11-1. Still a running clock. I believe Leah is now in goal, replacing Claire. On offense, we have Micah, Ella, Maya. On defense / one mid, some combination of Kai, Kaya, Mia, and Mimi, with Leah in goal. Ellie and Sophie will also be on mid. Julia on the draw. Sophie to the left. Ellie to the right. We're consulting. Refs are switching positions. I know I've mentioned this before, but my secret wish on every draw is that as the ref runs backwards that they trip and fall. Not get injured, but just a little comedic. It's only happened once. Julia with the draw control. Over to Sophie, who gets fouled. Oh. But OES gets the ball. Behind the goal, guarded by Kaya. Far side, guarded by Ari. Or the middle. Ball. Pass miss. Oh, jeez. Wells had it for a moment and then stolen back by OES. So I kept hearing Kai yelling, but I couldn't figure out where they were. They are not past the restraining line, so they must be on offense. Or there was a change and somehow they got left behind the restraining line.
Nice pressure by Eddie Well.
Guarded by Mimi on this side. Shot and score.
Gets us to the score for first of the game.
So I think Micah just ended up on defense on that possession and probably was guarding somebody, and so Kai ended up staying on offense until this one was over.
Johnson versus Brightmore Brown on the draw. Halpin with the pickup. Clock control to OES.
8.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Good job by Mimi to get a stick on that shot.
Nice job, Kai. Way to go.
Lots of good communication by Wells out there. Near them calling things out. Loose ball momentarily, but recovered by OES. Now, ball behind the goal. Out of bounds, that'll be Wells' ball. Mimi will restart it.
You're welcome to clear.
Head to Kaya. Kaya back, tries to get it back to Ellie, but intercepted by OES. OES on the attack, shoots and scores.
Cooney with the score. First second of the game.
OES leads 13-1.
Assist by Halpin.
About 6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Sophie on the draw, Julia to the left, Ellie to the right. Draw controlled by Ellie. Now up to Julia. Over to Sophie. Back to Micah. Now to Ellie. Ellie tests the defense on the far side. Comes in. Oh, almost. I think there was an opportunity there, but backs it back out to Julia. Julia circles around behind the goal. Now comes back the same side. Comes in, circles, spins. Tries to get a shot off, doesn't have it there. Loose ball picked up by OES. OES on the counter attack here.
Great by Wells.
Good D there. We have a shooting space violation on Kai. But restarting at the 12 meter, which not as bad as it could be.
Nice, Kai.
Loose ball there. Ellie contesting it. Ellie gets the ball. Ellie spins, loses it again, but gets it back, spins. Now tries to sort of push it over to Julia, but OES got a stick on it, and OES recovers. Guarded by Ari. Now behind the goal. Guarded by Mimi. Oh, pops back up. Good job by Leah to protect the goal and put an extra net there. Guarded by Mimi. Good job. Good crash by Mimi. Guarded on the far side by Meadow. Now Kai up top. Into the middle, Cutter. Behind the back, shot and score.
Mackey with the goal, her 5th of the game.
Went over her left shoulder, behind her back. Put it in the upper left corner of the goal. Just under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. OES leads 14-1.
Johnson versus Pridemore Brown on the draw.
Julia with the draw control. Head to Sophie. Sophie gets fouled. It'll be restart at the 12 meter. Or just a general restart, self-starts. Over to Ellie. Out of Micah. Over to Meadow. On the far side. Back to Micah. To Ellie. Julia. Sophie. Sophie tries to test the defense there, pulls it back, gives it to Julia. Good pick there by Ellie, but OES switches. Now over here to Sophie. Sophie in, takes a shot. I think a shooting space violation or maybe a push, I'm not sure which, but either way, Sophie with the ball on the 8 meter line. Free shooting position. Shoots and scores. Minutes ago in the third quarter, OES leads 14-2. So right now Meadow is playing mid, but is starting behind the restraining line on D. Julia, I believe, is offense only. Julia on the draw. Sophie to the left. Ellie to the right. Poppy, Micah, and Mia on offense. On defense, Kai, Kaya, Mimi, and Ari. All up. Draw control by OES. And that is the end of the third quarter.
End of the third quarter. OES 14, 92 balls 2.
All right, starting the fourth quarter here. OES leads 14-2. The temperature has decidedly dipped after the sun went down. So I spent the break bundling up. One more quarter to go. On offense, we have Maya, Mia, Poppy. On defense, AD is in the game now. Not sure why she wasn't in the game earlier. On defense, Mimi, Ari, Kaya, and Kai. AD is back there as well, but I assume AD is playing mid. Ellie snatches the ball out of the air on the draw. Back to AD. To Ellie. Ellie tests the defense there. Of Julia. Julia. Back to Ellie. Ellie. Julia. Now Sophie. 80 with the pick. Sophie behind the goal to Mia. Mia comes around to Ellie. Now Julia. Over the top of Sophie, but Mia picks it up. Now Sophie. Julia. Julia spins back, cut off, spins again, shoots, goes wide left,
Nice shot by
covered by OES.
Really clear. Come on, Cooney.
OES past the restraining line. The middle. Good job by Kaya. Kaya had 2 on that side, but played it well, and the pass went awry, and Kaya will get the ball after it goes out of bounds. Kaya to AD, Ari. Ball loose, grabbed by OES. Nine and a half minutes to go in the game.
Score by Helpin for 4th of the game.
OES scores again. (15-2). OES leads. Julia on the draw.
Johnson versus Pridemore Brown on the draw.
Sophie to the right. Ellie to the left. OES with the draw control. Good D by AD.
Nice shot by Kitsis. Great stop.
Picked up by Kai. Passed ahead to Ellie. Ellie with the ball on the far side. Ellie to Sophie. Back to Julia. Now to Sophie. Julia. Julia tests, spins. Keeps trying to, nope. Stick was apparently near Julia's head, so
8-meter attempt by Craigmore Brown.
Julia free position on the 8-meter line.
Come on, Julia.
Shoots and scores. Nice low shot, bounces past the goalie. It's 15-3. OES leads. Into the game, we have Ella and Micah replacing Poppy and Mia. Lined up on defense, looks like Kai is also out. Meadow is in.
Johnson versus Craigmore Brown on the draw.
Julia on the draw.
Draw control to OES. OES.
5.5 minutes to go in the game. Right? It is the fourth quarter, isn't it? I've lost track.
Nice defense. Pressure.
Yeah, it is the fourth quarter. Shot goes wide, but restarted by OES. We have a shooting space violation there. Meadow. So free shooting position on the far side.
Come on, Leah.
OES brings it back out. Now over. Oh my. I think they've been told not to run up the score or something, because they are not shooting with shots that they clearly could take. So that one went in the net, but there was a penalty before the shot, so free shooting position on the 8-meter. And they score.
Score by Kitsis, second of the game.
16-13, 3.5 minutes to go in the game. I confirmed it is the fourth quarter. Meadow is out, Kai is back in. Offense, Micah, Ella, Mia, D, Kai, Kaya, Mimi, and Ari. Mid, we have AD, Ellie, and Sophie. Also, Julia is on offense, but is lined up on the draw.
Kendall Cooney versus Clyde Brown on the draw. Pick up by Cooney, draw controlled OES.
OES controls the draw. Oh, into the middle. Good pass, knocked free by Kai.
Good defense by Eddie Wells.
Kai will restart the ball. Kai ahead to AD.
Nice clear.
Great pass. Oh no. Ball got knocked free though. Now guarded by Kai. I have a shooting space violation there. Minute 50 to go in the game.
Halpin on the 8-meter.
Come on, Leah.
Off the top post.
Off the crossbar, holy cow.
Out of bounds. I believe will be Wells' ball. Oh no, they're saying that OES was closest to it. I thought Kaya might have it, but good DE, a better shot.
Riley Ellis, her first of the game. She's a freshman.
$17-3, minute to go in the game.
1 minute left in the game.
We love you, Wells.
Mackey versus Clyde Brown. Cooney versus Clyde Brown on the draw.
Draw control by Ellie.
Oh yeah, excuse me, coach. Eddie Wells.
Ellie over to Julia.
15 seconds.
Julia. A shooting space violation. 9 seconds. Julia's got to get the shot off quickly. Shoots. That goes wide right. And that is the end of the game.
Great game. Final score. OES Eddie Wells, 3.
All right, we'll see you all on Monday for senior night. And I'm going to beg somebody to possibly operate the camera a bit for the senior portion of the evening before the game starts. So that's supposed to start around 6:20, so the stream will start early on Monday. See you then.
Thanks for that call.